up in just a few seconds. We're going to get that thrust vector control actuator test. This is a gimbling of the engines.
Welcome to another installment of the Robinson Twins present Earth is Our Spherical Home Planet. In this episode, we're looking at the Artemis II launch and our reaction. Now, I recorded myself live while it was happening, but I'm doing this video because we want to be able to stop along the way and provide more background information so our audience, you get to see, have a better understanding of what it is you're actually seeing. So without further ado, let's see the launch. There's a mission to go around the moon farther than any humans have been before. The Artemis rocket is using the Space Launch System, or SLS, and a lot of the components of the SLS came from the Space Shuttle program. So let's look at that. The Space Shuttle had 5 engines when it started. 2 were filled with solid fuel and 3 liquid-fueled engines. The 2 solid rockets are on the side, called SRBs, and in the back of the orbiter, which is the part that looks like an airplane, it had 3 Space Shuttle main engines, or SSME. Those were fueled with liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen from the big orange tank that it was connected to. The solid rockets, or SRBs, came in 4 sections, and in each section they put a solid fuel, which has the fuel, an oxidizer so it doesn't need oxygen from the air, and it was joined together in the form of a putty that could be poured into each section. Then the sections were transported to Cape Canaveral, where they were stacked together in the vehicle assembly building. The solid-fueled rockets burned for about a little over 2 minutes, whereas the liquid-fueled Space Shuttle main engines burned for about 8.5 minutes before the fuel was used up. This type of engine is called the RS-25. So going from the Space Shuttle solid rocket boosters to the Space Launch System, they added another section, so instead of 4, it now has 5. And then the Space Shuttle main engines, the SSMEs or RS-25 engines, on the Space Shuttle there were 3, but in the SLS there are 4.
There are the 4 RS-25s, 3 of them Shuttle Heritage, 1 of them built from shuttle parts. And there you see them moving.
Rocket engines can be moved or gimbaled, and that's what you're seeing here. It allows the rocket to steer as it's flying.
Now we're going to start moving the power from both the upper stage and the lower stage of the rocket to internal, taking ground power away and now going to battery power.
GLS is go for upper stage to internal power.
All right, power is removed from the rocket's upper stage, the ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis II crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, they will fly by it in 6 days.
Another change from the shuttle program is that the fuel tank, which is orange, had the liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen fuel, but the engines were on the back of the Space Shuttle orbiter. In the Space Launch System, the orange fuel tank has the liquid hydrogen oxygen, and the engines, the 4 engines, are now placed at the bottom of the fuel tank. Because liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen have to be kept cold, the orange is a spray-on insulation. This part of the rocket is called the core stage. When the countdown gets to 5 seconds, the 4 liquid engines will be ignited first and start throttling up to speed. And when it reaches 0, that's when the solid rockets are ignited. Because once you ignite those, they go for their full 2 minutes and there's no stopping them. You are committed to going. I'm going to take a long circuitous route.
GLS is go for core stage to internal power.
All right, there's the rocket's core stage, which houses 3 flight computers, is now on its own power.
Previous Apollo missions didn't do.
There's no more hold time because there's no more margin on these batteries. So we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hold.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down, but honor any holds that could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
I just wanted to stop and point out that in the background you see a water tower, and that's water is used to muffle the sound, the shock wave from the rocket when it takes off, so you'll see water splashing out. And then below that you see a sphere, which is a liquid hydrogen tank.
GLS is go for ALS.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched. Sound suppression water is flowing.
15.
And here we
They
go.
have water come off the bottom
10,
so it
9,
reduces the amount
8,
of noise.
7. RS-25 engines lit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high.
AMT high.
On time passing 30 seconds into the flights. Integrity passes the alternate beacon. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the 4 main engines. Space Launch System core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour. Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, Ponce de Leon.
Stan, we have you loud and clear on Ponce de Leon.
Have you the same?
Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the Artemis 2 mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than 2,600 miles per hour.
It's still climbing, but it arcs over so it can go into an orbit.
1 minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, and have solid rocket booster separation expected at the 2 minute 9 second mark.
They have to have a horizontal speed that reaches 17,000 miles per hour.
Confirmed separation. Main engines throttling up, guidance confirmed.
Just like when the Space Shuttle. Those are the same kind of rockets they used on the Space Shuttle. The solids.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
Copy all, Stan.
Those 2 rockets.
Integrity, SM priming complete.
Recovered so they can be reused.
SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation. Three minutes into the flight. Integrity 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange, now passing 5,000 miles per hour. Standing by for launch abort system jettison.
Houston Integrity, good last jettison, great view.
Copy jettison, Team Eco 8+02.
We see the same on board, Stan.
And Houston has you loud and clear on Tidris at the Kármán line.
They just got into space.
Outstanding, Stan. We have you the same.
Over
3 minutes 50 seconds
62
into the
miles
flight
up.
of Artemis
It's
2,
considered
Wiseman,
space,
Glover,
so
Cook,
they're-
and Hansen crossed the boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
Four minutes and a half into the launch. That it takes about 8 minutes to get into a stable.
Integrity, GPS processing.
Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Moonrise. And that's where they're heading, for the moon.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
They can see the moon in the distance, huh?
Integrity, 3 engine press.
3 engine press.
On time, now passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
They were there watching the launch. I think they have monitors around there so you can still watch it on the screen.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes.
Same on board, Stan.
Yeah. It's in space, yeah.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster
No, this
officer
is
will
animation,
soon
but
report the
that's just so
shutdown
we can
plan
see
to Flight
what's going
Director
on.
Judd Friedling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in
part will separate
altitude,
out
460
once
miles
fuel is
downrange.
used up.
Integrity,
It gets
expect
smaller.
nominal shutdown.
Integrity copies nominal shutdown.
Six minutes 40 seconds
why
of
they're
mission
showing
elapsed
that.
time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight.
I don't know what kind of camera that is that's able to pick up that image.
7 minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open.
AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time.
.802 is when the engines are cut off.
About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
Integrity, nominal MECO, core stage separated.
We see the same on board, Stan.
8 minutes 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the Inner Rim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. Nine minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
Wow. We'll keep coming back to this.
Integrity Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad.
The only part of the rocket that comes back to Earth is the Orion capsule with the 4 astronauts on board. It's worth mentioning all the firsts that this mission will have. First woman, African American, and Canadian to leave low Earth orbit. They'll be going to the moon. They're the first crew to be in the Space Launch System and the Orion space capsule. And each mission gets to name their capsule or their vehicle that they're riding in. So in the Apollo 11 mission, the first to land on the moon, they called the lunar module Eagle. And the command module that still orbited the moon above them was given the name Columbia. So in this mission, the Artemis 2 Orion capsule is given the name Integrity. And they'll be the farther away from the Earth than humans have ever been. And I'm looking forward to their splashdown in the Pacific Ocean at the end of their 10-day mission. Go NASA!